My name's Caroline. I am with TriHealth. I am a wellness and coaching coordinator with our Child Workplace Wellbeing and Fitness program. So we've been doing a meditation series here every third Monday of the month, I guess. I think that's right, if I'm doing my math correctly. And so today we're going to be talking about meditation to improve sleep. As I mentioned to you earlier, I know we are scheduled for an hour, but usually takes more like 35 minutes or so for us to do our session and talk about meditation. But please do feel free to ask any and all the questions you want. You can interrupt me. I don't mind one bit. So I recognize one face from last time. Has anyone else been here at any of our meditation sessions? You have before? Okay. Maybe it wasn't with me. We've had a different instructor before. So, welcome back. So what we challenged everyone that was in our group last time to do was to try and do one mindful meal. So eating one meal while removing all distractions, focusing only on that food that they were eating slowly, noticing all the different sensations and sensory input, so the flavors, the textures, the smells, everything, putting their fork down between bites. Just really focusing on being mindful with that meal. So, not to put you on the spot, but the one person that was here when I made that challenge, did you get a chance to do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Did you? Okay. What was your experience like?
Well, just being aware.
Yeah.
Just the awareness level.
Was it pretty jarring of a difference between that and your normal habits?
I get partly being a vegetarian, I'm focused on food.
Okay.
So,
Sure. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thank you for sharing again. Sorry to put you on the spot. If you've never tried that before, I highly encourage it, if nothing else, just to kind of have, do something different and challenge yourself a little bit. It's pretty amazing how habitual and therefore on autopilot our meals can be. We don't think about all of our habits related to our nutrition and our eating. So it's a good practice in being mindful. It's a good way to do that. Does anyone else do any other meditation or anything like that, or is this your first experience with meditation? Yes, yeah, you've done some.
Okay. I tried the Alexa thing. It helps.
Remind me of the Alexa thing. That was to...
Well, you can get probably a jillion. I've just focused on a few. Just go to Alexa and say, you can just say, play mindful meditation.
Yes, yeah.
And you get
a lot.
Lots of possibilities.
Yeah.
And last night I've been doing it every night since last time.
Awesome.
So it was interesting last night. There was a lady doing the meditation, and it was called listening meditation.
Okay, cool.
So it's bringing some awareness about listening. So, but anyway, that the online thing, it helps as far as distractions.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but
Sure.
it certainly helps.
And
it does bring a lot of variety.
Yes, yeah.
And another thing, some kind of bug me in that there'll be these long pauses between words, text, whatever, words, and it's like, is it over or should I wait a while?
Yeah.
Most of them put a gong or a bell at the end.
Yeah. Yes.
Not 100%, but most do.
Yes.
And yeah, I guess I prefer. I did go to another class where somebody played a meditation, very long. But it was continuous verbiage.
Okay. Yeah. Continuous talking.
Big gaps are just
Not for you.
well. It's just maybe I need to get used to it.
Yeah, could be. So just to fill you guys in, we had talked last time kind of about the guided format of meditation and using different online resources. Of course, YouTube is a plethora of content out there, and but there is a kind of like trial by fire as far as finding ones that you like, right? Because there's different voices and different subject matters, and like you were talking about, like a listening meditation versus a mindfulness meditation, and there's all kinds of stuff out there, and but like you said, it's nice to have a lot of it's kind of nice to have a lot of content, stuff to explore, things to try out, knowing that you might not like every single thing you try, or that might not be your favorite.
Everything's been free.
Yeah.
You can do a subscription if you want to do that. If you want to really get serious.
Yeah. Yes, tons of free stuff out there, certainly. And like I was saying, all of our sessions are recorded too and put on the Sports Club's YouTube channel as well. So there's that resource as well. So thank you for sharing. I do appreciate that. Yeah, and does anybody else do any meditation? Or is this new for you guys? Kind of?
I have done it for years.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So definitely. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, one comment I've heard is
Sure.
some people do this expecting a result.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I guess there isn't
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the things that we like to remind people of at the start of our meditations is just releasing your expectations of the meditation. Take a moment right at the get-go to just sort of release yourself of those, because we have a lot of preconceived notions about what meditation is, a lot of ideas about what, like you said, what benefits we're going to get out of it, or that kind of thing. And those things certainly are common to happen. The benefits we experience, for example, what we're going to talk about today, improving sleep. But it takes practice, it takes consistency, and sometimes it can be a little too much pressure on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, just one more detail. I've heard this more than once. They'll talk about inhaling through the nose
Mm-hmm.
and exhaling through the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's supposed to do.
There is some science behind that, having a calming technique, calming effect, that technique having a calming effect.
Some people have broken it from that scenario,
Mm-hmm.
nose, mouth,
Mm-hmm.
then they say, okay, go back to normal. Normal breathing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where you might do both through your nose or something. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's just about being conscientious of it too. It's just similar with the mindful eating, kind of mindfully breathing too, just being aware of what you're doing. Awesome. Well, let's dive into our topic for today, which is going to be meditation to improve sleep. I'll tell you guys, I run a number of meditation groups. The primary population that I work with is actually our own TriHealth team members, and so I run some meditation groups for our team members, and this is far and above the number one benefit that I hear from people, even after just a couple of sessions. They feel like their sleep is improved. It helps them to get to sleep, helps them to get back to sleep. They feel like they're having higher quality sleep, that kind of thing. So this is a really fantastic benefit of meditation, because lots and lots of people have difficulty sleeping. I don't know whether, I haven't looked at any research about whether that's a more common issue today versus 50 years ago, 100 years ago, or anything. But I do know that, things like our phones and monitors and the blue light, that kind of stuff does have an impact on our sleep. I also know that there are lots of things in our world, such as social media and streaming services and things like this, that are very much designed to stimulate us and keep us engaged with that versus maybe disengaging and getting good sleep. So again, I can't speak to whether or not trouble sleeping is a more common problem now than it used to be, but I do know that there's lots and lots of barriers to sleep that we face now. So if you have any trouble sleeping, meditation might be a really good tool for you to try. So there's tons of research backing that meditation can help to improve insomnia and may even help sleep quality for those who don't have without existing sleep problems. So maybe you don't really struggle to a clinical degree with your sleep, but it can still help to improve your sleep. So mindfulness meditation, which is a specific type of meditation we've done a couple times in this series, in particular appears to really improve that sleep quality and reduce daytime disturbance in people who do have that chronic insomnia and in older adults. So in the long term, these improvements can be comparable to effects seen from actual sleep medication or other established methods for insomnia treatment. Like other sleep treatments, a main goal of meditation is just to take the pressure off of falling asleep, right? So we focus on relaxing and focus on something else rather than sitting there willing ourselves to fall asleep. So to give you a specific study here, 2015 study published in the Journal of American Medical Association. The researchers analyzed how mindfulness meditation affected 49 adults with moderate sleep issues, and the participants were randomly assigned 6 weeks of meditation or 6 weeks of sleep hygiene education. So at the end of the study, the meditation group experienced fewer insomnia symptoms than the other group and less daytime fatigue. So they just felt more energized, felt more well rested. So how does meditation improve sleep exactly? So Dr. Herbert Benson, this is the person who founded the Benson Henry Institute for Mind-Body Medicine, which is a pretty well-known and prestigious institute in the world of meditation. It recommends, Dr. Herbert Benson recommends practicing mindfulness during the day, ideally for 20 minutes. He says, the idea, to quote, the idea is to create a reflex to more easily bring forth a sense of relaxation. So to get your body used to kind of consciously relaxing. That way it's easier to evoke that relaxation response at night when you can't sleep or if you're struggling to sleep. So in fact, that relaxation response can be so relaxing that your daytime practice should be done sitting up so that you're not always falling asleep during your meditation. Meditation can help to reduce psychological distress. It's been shown to improve rumination on thoughts, so having the same thought over and over again and struggling to get away from that thought, which people deal with a lot with anxiety and other types of psychological distress. And it can also improve emotional regulation. So studies on folks who have fibromyalgia have found that mindfulness helps patients manage their anger, worry, anxiety, and depression. So we'll talk more about using meditation for anxiety in our next session. These researchers have also theorized that mindfulness may improve sleep quality by helping to calm down that nervous system in preparation for sleep. So tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system, that relaxation response. Now there's lots of different types of meditation for sleep. As I mentioned to you guys, that's probably the most common thing that I hear from participants in my meditation series. But there are sleep meditations that are kind of targeted more towards sleep or more specific for that. So while a type of meditation that you choose is a personal choice and there's not a right or wrong answer by any means, some people don't have better outcomes if they're not using a meditation specific to sleep. So sometimes the focus on sleep can have the opposite effect. So body scan, which is what we're going to do today, and mindfulness meditation have been shown to be very, very effective in helping people to get to sleep. In one study on body scan specifically, participants saw the biggest increase in how they were aware of their bodies, which is not surprising. That's really the focus of the meditation. And the sharpest decline in the number of thoughts they were having, particularly negative thoughts and thoughts related to the past or future. So if you've ever kind of been stuck up in the middle of the night, like thinking about all of the cringy things that you've done in your life in the past or all the things that you're worried about in the future, body scan meditation was found to have a really good impact in reducing those types of thoughts. So many times we're really unable to sleep because of those constant thoughts. We can't turn our mind off. So if body scan can help to reduce that, especially those negative thoughts, you can see how that would be very helpful to improving sleep. As we mentioned before, it's also important to practice during the day to strengthen that relaxation reflex. So today what we're going to do is a 12-minute body scan meditation. You'll focus on different parts of the body and then note any sensations of pain or tension that you might experience. So we'll go ahead and get started. I want you to begin by sitting in your upright position with your back nice and straight but relaxed, not tense, just straight up and down. Back nice and relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, and away from your ears. We have a tendency to bring our shoulders up to our ears when we're stressed, and that actually can create more stress in our bodies. So shoulders relaxed and away from our ears. And if you're comfortable doing so, go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to start by tensing and releasing all of your muscles. So similar, if you were with us, to that progressive muscle relaxation, only a little bit different. So go ahead and tense all of your muscles, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So this technique of tensing and relaxing as you get started with a meditation can be a signal to your body that it's time to relax. Just like getting into bed each night is a signal that it's time to sleep, this can signal to your body that it's time to relax. Let's do that one more time. Tense your muscles and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now begin to focus on your breathing. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths to settle into the practice. And then come back to your normal breathing pattern, allowing the breath to do what it wants in this moment. Notice the air coming into your lungs, flowing throughout your body, and exhale out. Breathing in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. You might notice distractions in the background. Simply acknowledge there's a sound and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest and your belly as you breathe in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Now bring your attention to your body. As we move through the body scan, we will use non-judgmental curiosity, noticing any sensations in the body. And if your attention begins to wander, gently return your awareness back to your body. Start by bringing your attention to your feet, the top of your feet, the toes, the bottom of the feet. Observe the sensation of your feet making contact with the floor. Notice the weight and the pressure of your feet against the floor, or any temperature differences you might feel. Now bring your attention up to your ankles, wrapping your focus around your ankles and noticing any sensations here. Moving your awareness to your lower legs, your calves, and your shins. Notice any tightness, any relaxation or stillness. Now place all of your attention on your knees, the front of your knees, the backs of your knees. No need to change anything, just notice any sensations in your knees. Bring your awareness to your upper legs, your quadriceps, hamstrings, noticing how your legs feel against the chair. Notice where there's more pressure, less pressure, any heaviness or lightness. Notice where your legs connect to your hips and place all of your awareness into your hips. Now shifting your focus from your legs and hips and into your lower back. Notice any sensations in your lower back. If at any point you notice your mind wandering off, that's okay. Gently bring your focus back to the physical sensations of your body. Now bring awareness to your spine, moving up each vertebrae from your lower back, slowly up into your mid-back, all the way into your upper back. Become aware of where you might be holding tension. No need to make any changes, just acknowledging the areas where you're holding that tension, and let it be. Bring your attention into your stomach and chest. Notice your rib cage, your heart, your lungs. Now place all of your attention on your hands, the palms of your hands, the backs of your hands, and into each individual finger. Notice how the air feels against the skin of your hands, any temperature differences you feel. Moving to your wrists, your forearms, elbows, upper arms, and into your shoulders. Place all of your awareness in your shoulders. Shift your focus from your shoulders into your neck, noticing any sensation in your neck and throat. Moving up into your jaw and face. Notice any sensation in your cheeks, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, and all of the little muscles all around your eyes. Now to your ears. Notice any sounds coming in your left ear. And now your right ear. And now both ears. Now bring your awareness to your forehead, and then moving up to the top of your head. Place all of your attention into the top of your head. Gently bring your awareness back to your breathing. Inhale and exhale. In and out. For the next few slow, deep breaths, just notice how you're feeling in this moment. One last inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring any movement back to your body. Okay. When you're ready, come on back to our group here. I always like to go a little slow here. I don't want to give anybody whiplash. How was that experience for you guys? What did you think of the body scan type of meditation?
It was great.
You liked that? Good. Good.
I don't know, I wanted to move the body parts, so can you do that?
Yeah, you might really enjoy progressive muscle relaxation. It's a little more active. And it's similar in that you're kind of going, body part by body part, but what you're doing is what we did actually at the beginning of that meditation, where you're tensing muscles and letting it go. And so kind of working your way through different muscle groups or through your body, tensing, holding, releasing. It's a little more active. So you might enjoy that kind of meditation for sure.
And
Yeah.
you get the same benefit.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. Absolutely. Yes. Any other thoughts on this meditation in particular?
I felt all of those things.
You felt calm, relaxed, frustrated, and distracted. I think it was a successful meditation then.
You're distracted by that airflow.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it's very common to get distracted by sounds, thoughts. I mean, that's a very common misconception about meditation, that you should clear your mind of all thoughts, and who's actually capable of that? Nobody. That's just not how our minds work. So,
See, if you were doing listening meditation, this would become very present to you.
oh, all the different sounds to listen to.
Filter the sounds.
Yeah. Yes, and I like that. It's a kind of a mindfulness meditation where you're just being very mindful of that sensory experience, specifically focused on listening. Yeah. So, absolutely. Different types of meditation, Yes, those are very common experiences or reactions. A couple of things that aren't on here that we usually talk about is just, feeling kind of antsy maybe, agitated, a little kind of confused or unsure of is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this how I'm supposed to be feeling? So all very common. I always like to tell people there's no right or wrong, as long as you are, enjoying the experience, as long as you feel relaxed, that's really the goal. So there's not a right or wrong way to do this. Okay, so just like last time, if you guys do wind up coming back for our next group, which like I said will be the third Monday of December, my challenge for you guys is to do a body scan meditation twice this week. So you could do it guided, so you could, this is a very popular type of meditation, so it's very easy to find something to listen to. You can use Alexa, you can just look it up on YouTube.
The word like that.
Yeah, it's a very popular type of meditation. So you can definitely do it guided, or if you just wanted to go through and kind of do your own thing, that's totally fine too. This is kind of a good one to do something unguided with, because you can just direct yourself through your body, part by part, area by area, as far as what you're focusing your attention on. But that would be my challenge. If you decide to come back, we'd love to hear how it goes. We were mentioning, different stuff online. Again, YouTube is, of course, the free place that you can get all kinds of good stuff. But if you are looking for an app, some good ones, Calm, Headspace, Insight Timer, My Life, and 10% Happier. These are all great apps to use for meditation if you'd like to explore it that way. Oh, let you take that picture. And then of course the Cincinnati Sports Club YouTube page too. Okay, like I said, my name is Caroline. You guys are welcome to take my email down if you want to ask any questions, if you have any concerns, comments, want to reach out and say, hey, this is what I tried, I hated it, I loved it. I love all feedback. So you can always reach out to me if you need anything. Otherwise, I will let you guys get on with your evening unless you have questions. Please don't, let me stop you from asking questions.
I have one
Yeah.
question. So you said recommend doing it twice a day. So you're supposed to do it once. Is it sitting or wherever? And then at night, are you supposed to be laying down when you do it?
Yeah, so are you talking about when we were talking about Dr. Herbert Benson? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure his suggestion was for 20 minutes during the day. So not twice a day.
But not during at night when you're trying to go to bed?
Well, so specifically for this, what the goal of what that doctor was suggesting is to get really practiced at triggering that relaxation response. So going from feeling awake to feeling relaxed. So that's kind of the practice there. But I will tell you that the best time of day to do your meditation is whenever you're going to do it, right? It's like exercise. People are always asking, like, what's the best time of day to exercise? And, there's different schools of thought on whether or not different times of day have different benefits. But my message to my clients is always, what time are you going to do it? When are you actually going to follow through with it? So that would be my same recommendation for your meditation is like what time of day works for you. There's lots of folks that go through my meditation series that like to do it first thing in the morning. That's how they like to start their day. There's lots of folks who like to do it at night because that's how they like to wind down and they struggle with getting to sleep, and so meditation's a great tool for them to use. Or there's people who use it throughout the day because work is really stressful and crazy, and sometimes they just need a few minutes. So if you're just kind of starting with your meditation, I would say think about, like what time of day works best for you with your schedule. When do you have a few minutes to try it? If you have a goal of improving your sleep, certainly when you're laying down to go to bed, I would recommend trying it. And it's okay if you're laying down in that situation because the goal is to go to sleep in that situation. So does that answer your question? Okay, awesome. Any other questions you guys have or comments? Yeah.
So let's just say you don't meditate.
Okay.
And you think you want to start to improve your sleep.
Yeah.
I know there's really no set answer for this.
Sure.
When could you expect to have it say, wow, that really seems to be helping?
Like when you might notice that you might feel. So I would say, just depending on what you're struggling with sleep, because again, some people struggle falling asleep, but then once they're asleep, they're good. Some people, can fall asleep, but then they're up through the night. So if you're struggling to fall asleep, I would be willing to hedge my bets that you would probably notice yourself falling asleep, right, pretty much very quickly after trying your first meditation, at the very least a few times. If you're having trouble kind of staying asleep, then I would suggest, like in those times when you're awake at night, that's when you pull out that meditation and think of, work on doing the technique, whether again it's guided or not, and pull that out. So in that situation, gosh, I don't know. I would, if you're consistent with it, the key to habits and routine is being consistent with it. And our bodies are creatures of habit and creatures of association. So the more consistent that we are with things like our bedtime routine, the better sleep we're gonna get. So incorporating meditation into your bedtime routine, whether that's as you're trying to fall asleep or as you're trying to fall back asleep, the more consistent you are, the more quickly you're gonna notice your body picking up on that. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Okay. What else? Any other questions, comments?
I would just make one comment.
Yeah.
Choose the seat and the window.
Oh, sure.
It has been extraordinarily distracting.
Yeah.
I know from trying to meditate all these years, etc., that that's part of the opportunity. And so focused on letting that laughter and what have you go.
Yes.
Instead of focus on it, I just let it kind of pass through.
Yes.
And the guy came with the card.
Yeah, I heard that too. I was like, good timing.
And so I really believe that the more I do it, the more likely I won't even notice.
Yes.
Or things just float through, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a bubble in the water or something.
Yes.
So
It's,
it is
yes.
extraordinarily effective tool, and I've used it for years for
Yes.
different things. I used it at work. You know, I would like have a terrible presentation coming, and I would just go in the ladies' room and, you know, sit against the wall, and people would come and go and say, "You okay?" But it really made such a difference
Yeah.
in my ability to cope with whatever was coming.
Yes.
up in life.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the skill that we're perfecting in meditation, is the ability to, when thoughts and feelings or distractions come up, to just let them go, to not get attached to them, to not react to them in that moment, but to just acknowledge that it was there and to let it go. I used to work in schools with kiddos as young, and I had a whole district, so I had K through 12, and we would do some mindfulness exercises, and we talked about, you know, that your feelings are like, they're like if you were, you know, sitting on the ocean floor, it's like the feelings are the fish just swimming right by you. We can just acknowledge them and watch them, but we don't have to react to them. And or like clouds in the sky is another common one. So yes, exactly what that is. People feel you know, like they failed if they keep having things come up. And the truth is that when you're meditating, if you keep having things come up, the win is every time you come back. You know, that's the skill. Every time you acknowledge that you had that thought or feeling, and you just come back to the breath or whatever it is that you're trying to focus on. In this case, we were focusing on our body. But that's it. That's the skill. That's the muscle that we're working on. It's just coming right back. Right. Awesome. Thank you for that comment. That's always good to hear from somebody who's practiced a lot and what you've noticed.